Day 5 of a struggle for survival in Indonesia. Resources are running thin, and increasingly angry survivors of the quake and devastating tsunami are still waiting for an aid operation to kick into gear. Reuters' Kanapriya Kapoor is there.
We're now several days into the aftermath of this disaster, and we're not seeing a lot of aid distribution quite just yet. There are big shortages, major shortages of fuel and basic supplies like water and even power, and that's getting people very, very angry and very desperate.
On the ground, officials are telling Reuters survivors are terrified.
From what we've seen, people have no trust anymore in the ground they're standing on. There's so many lingering issues that are going around uncontrolled.
But when President Joko Widodo made his second trip to the disaster zone on Wednesday, he said equipment has arrived and Indonesia will start to return to its daily activities. International relief is beginning to take shape, and at least 7 cargo planes filled with aid arrived in Palu City Wednesday morning. But concern is growing about conditions in remote areas. Some have been completely cut off by the quake and resulting landslides. One aid worker said her group had only been able to send in a trickle of rations by motorbike to a region home to some 300,000 people. Desperate for essential items, some survivors have turned to looting as authorities watched on. The government is playing down the problem, saying shops will be compensated later. If conditions don't start to improve, fingers might start getting pointed at the president, who's seeking re-election next year. He acknowledged Tuesday that a tsunami warning system had been out of action since 2012, which a disaster agency says was down to a lack of funds. The official death toll is more than 1,000 people, and that number is only from confirmed deaths in the small city of Palu. The number of casualties from remote areas is yet to be released.